strange, strong laser lights above Earth's atmosphere. This is what is and will be causing them. This is a new article on NASA, July 2018, having to do with some kind of a measurement done above our heads with laser lights between two satellites. So if we see these laser lights above us, straight lines for one spot to another, starting somewhere and ending somewhere else, going on in flashes or long durations, we will not think that they're aliens or alien crafts. They are actually done by NASA and GRACE, the German Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment follow-on. The laser ranging interferometers, LRA instruments, have been successfully switched on aboard a recently launched twin US GRACE follow-on satellites. The LRI, which is being flown as a technology demonstration, made its first measurements in parallel with GRACE's FO's main microwave ranging instrument, and initial comparisons of the data from the two types of instruments show that they agree as expected. The LRI is a breakthrough for precision distance measurements in space. This is what LRI Instrument Manager Kirk McKenzie of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, which manages NASA's contribution to the instrument. It's the first inter-spacecraft laser interferometer and the culmination of about a decade of NASA and German-funded research and development. As we know, it was the German scientists who came and established NASA after the Second World War. Now, GRACE FO mission, launched May 22nd of this year, continues the work of the original GRACE mission of monitoring phenomena such as the melting of the ice sheets at the poles and changes in groundwater levels by tracking the changing pull of gravity on the GRACE FO satellites. The microwave ranging interferometer records these changes in gravity by measuring how they change the distance between the two spacecraft. By accurately measuring these minute changes as the two spacecraft orbit the planet, scientists are then able to calculate month-to-month variations in Earth's gravity field. The LRI is an enabling technology for future GRACE FO-like missions, with potential to significantly improve the accuracy of those missions. The instrument is jointly managed by JPL and the Max Planck Institute for Gravitational Physics. That's the Albert Einstein Institute in Hanover, Germany. Now, what about seeing this light above our heads? The LRI's first light operation took place over 2 days. On June 13, the two GRACE FO satellites began sweeping their lasers in spiral patterns in search of each other. Gerhard Heinzel, who is the leader of the Space Interferometry Research Group at the Albert Einstein Institute and manager of the German contribution to the LRI, explained the challenge. Quote, "There are coin-sized holes on each satellite through which the laser has to be precisely pointed towards the holes in the other satellite over a distance of more than 200 kilometers or 137 miles. While both spacecraft race around the Earth at 27,000 kilometers an hour, or that's 16,000 miles per hour. It's truly mind-boggling. And here's a further explanation of how the LRI operates. Along the satellite's ground track, the inter-spacecraft distance between them changes as the mass distribution underneath varies. The small changes measured by the laser ranging interferometer agree well with topographic features along the orbit. In the data that were downlinked the next day, it was clear that each spacecraft has seen several flashes of light during the spiral scans, indicating that both LRI instruments received light from the opposite spacecraft and were working as expected. The settings needed to establish a continuous laser link were calculated and uploaded to the satellites, and the LRI delivered its first inter-satellite range data at a later downlink that day. The plan for establishing the laser link worked exactly as designed. In fact, the laser link locked in on the first attempt, said Christopher Woodruff, the LRI mission operations lead at the JLP. And in the coming weeks and months, the GRACE F4 research team will work on fine-tuning the operation of this novel instrument and completing their understanding of the data that it delivers. So, if we see this going on above our heads, we know who it is. It's GRACE and FO. In other words, it's the Pasadena Jet Propulsion Laboratory together with the German Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment following this GRACE FO mission. I'll leave links below for you for this on NASA JPL First Laser Light for GRACE Follow-On.